My name is Chaselyn Duncan, and the people viewing my speech are Joe Parsons, Alice Duncan, and Bob Duncan. According to Bankole Akinranola, high abortion rates in some countries and small increases in rates in others indicate a greater need for more effective family planning services for these populations. This social problem is important to me because I love children and I believe that every unborn child has a right to life. I want to do everything I can to step up and make sure to prevent as many abortions as possible in the world. The problem with abortion began in 1973 during the Roe v. Wade case when abortion was legalized during the first trimester. As Christians, we should promote certain things that God values in hopes that the number of abortions per year will decrease significantly. At the end of this speech, you will better understand the problems that go along with the beliefs that pro-choice groups hold. I will also present to you a few things that God values that reflect the pro-life views on abortion and some ways that these values could diminish the number of abortions per year. Abortion was legalized in the first trimester during the Roe v. Wade case in 1973. Since 1973, abortion has become a social problem. People who are pro-choice believe that every woman has the right to her own body, including the choice to kill a fetus. The problem is, even though the fetus is dependent on the mother's body, it will grow up to be a human being, and using abortion on that child is murder. According to the New York Times Book Review, pregnancy can pose moral, social, economic, emotional, or medical problems for a woman that only abortion can solve. I believe that this statement is false because there are certain things that abortion will cause that are greater and beyond anything that we can fathom because of the mental problems that it can cause. If you're a Christian, I believe that God is there and He can help you through all of these problems, and abortion is not the way to solve this. There are many solutions that can reduce the number of abortions every year, but as Christians, we should take a stand and show pro-choice believers certain things that God values to allow them to see the value of life. According to the Alvin text, one thing that God values is His rightful authority over all things, including our bodies. In the English Standard Version, 1 Corinthians 3:17 says, "If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him. For God's temple is holy, and you are that temple." Abortion destroys the inside of our bodies. As this verse speaks of, it is destroying your temple. This picture here that I have from my visual aid shows the steps of abortion. The scissors going in to grasp the baby holding on to the inside of the mother, and slowly the scissors are knocking away at the baby and just diminishing what life it has. Another thing that God values according to the Alvin text is human life. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations." That comes from Jeremiah 1:5. God's plan is for us to rise up and honor Him throughout our lives. He does not plan for anyone to be killed by abortion before they are ever given a chance to live. The third thing that God values according to the Alvin text is our love for others. 1 Thessalonians 3:12 says, "And may the Lord make you increase and abound in love for one another and for all, as we do for you." This should be encouragement for everyone to love one another, including the unborn babies, and not choose the method of abortion. When we as Christians begin to show the love of God and the things that He values to those who are pro-choice, it is our Christians' desire to see the number of abortions and the number of pro-choice individuals decrease significantly. According to Ellison and his fellow writers, religiosity has been shown to influence attitudes towards abortion. If more pro-choice people come to know God and change their views to pro-life, or even Christians who are pro-choice, if they change their views to pro-life, they will be able to impact the people around them that they know are pro-choice. And when they begin to reach out to these people, the number of pro-choice individuals, as well as the number of abortions, will decrease. In conclusion, Roe v. Wade in 1973 was the beginning of this social problem. This is because abortion was legalized. Today, there are many solutions that are possible to decrease the number of pro-choice individuals and abortions, such as showing God's love and certain things that He values. As a Christian, our hopes are to make an impact on someone who is pro-choice, and by doing that, we hope to see the number of abortions and the number of pro-choice individuals decrease. So today, think about someone you know who is pro-choice and the things that you can do to make an impact on their life. Reach out to someone and show anyone who has had an abortion some love. Maybe the number of pro-choice individuals and abortion will decrease on our time throughout the earth if we continue to show God's love and show the things that He has intended for this life. Thank you and have a good evening.